Okay, you guys, tonight for dinner, I am making tacos. I forgot what they are called, but I will put them in the description box. I found this recipe actually on YouTube from, her name is Views from the Road, and I will also tag her in here. But she made tacos tonight with beef chunks. I got these from Whole Foods. They were actually very thick, which was awesome if I was making like skewers or anything. So I cut them up just to make them a little smaller. And there's very few ingredients in this dish. That's why I really want to make this. First of all, my family loves Mexican food, and if I can try a new dish, awesome. So tonight we're going to use beef chunks. I'm going to use meat seasoning cubes. Now she uses chicken bouillon. I don't have that, so I'm sure this is going to give it a little bit of a different flavor, but I'm still going to use it. I'm excited about it. I have a half an onion here that I'm going to slice, and then I'm also going to dice some onions, salt and pepper, and then Mexican oregano. This is very important. She did say if you do not have Mexican oregano, then don't use it. So I have mine. And then I'm going to use these chilies as well. And then some garlic. So it starts off with, I don't have fresh garlic, but I always keep minced garlic in my cabinet. So I'm going to use some garlic, and I'm going to season this with salt. You guys, this is so awesome because you really don't need a lot. And lately, like these, all of the stuff they're things that I have in my cabinet. The only thing I actually purchased differently was this, which I do have this in a powder form, but I'm really excited to do it this way. Sorry if you guys hear noise in the background. I have my family back there chatting away. Okay, so she got her hands in this. I'm gonna get my hands in this and mix it all around. After I'm going to put this in a pot. I do not have a skillet. That is something that is on my list to get because lately I've been loving to sear meat and I don't have a skillet to do it in. So I know it'll be so much better in a skillet. But we are going to sear this meat tonight. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands and then come back to this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this. Ooh, you hear that sizzle? Ooh, it's popping. Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna have to get some tongs. Okay, you guys, I had to pause on that because when I was putting the meat in, it started splashing like crazy. I didn't want to get burned, so I grabbed my tongs, and then I had to move the camera away to do it. But we're gonna go ahead and take these. And I am doing a little bit more meat than she did. She did 2 pounds. I'm doing close to 3 pounds. I wonder if I should use more of these chilies. I'm not sure. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just taking the seeds out of these chilies. Ooh, they smell so good. I've actually never have cooked with these. I have only used, I have the powder in here. So I've only used the powder before. It's like in the middle somewhere. I've only used the powder. I've never actually used these. So I'm going to take the seeds out of these and then I'm going to put them in water that I have boiling just to rehydrate them. And then they are going to go into a blender with a cup of water. Okay, so I'm gonna throw these away. And next I'm going to not dice these, I'm going to like slice these to where they're like little half strings, and then I'm also going to dice them to use later. The half strings, we're actually going to use that in the meat while we're cooking it once it gets to a certain level in cooking, I guess. And then I'm going to dice some. So I will be right back with that. Okay, so I want you guys to take a look at the meat right now. You see how it's getting a little crispy? That is how I want the meat. I'm going to continue to sear this as she does in her video to get that crispiness of the meat, and then we'll rehydrate the meat as well. I have the chilies going on over here, and in just a bit I am going to add these to a blender with 1 cup of water. So we're going to continue to let this beef chunk sear. And I do have my onions over here that I chopped up. They are not perfect. Everyone knows I am not a chef. My chopping is not perfect, but it works. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these chilies and drop them in the blender. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. Now she adds 1 cup of water. I'm gonna try something a little differently, and I'm actually going to use the water from boiling the chilies in hopes to like keep a lot of the flavor in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of water to that. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this blended up. Look how well that beef is searing. That's what I'm looking for. I'm so excited to try this meal. I hope my family loves it. I hope I love it. Shoot, it just looked so good when she made it. Okay guys, I'm going to be using these tortillas tonight. I picked up flour tortillas. I have not ventured into making homemade tortillas. That's gonna come no time soon probably. But I'm gonna go ahead and warm up a few of these tortillas. And I actually just purchased this from Pampered Chef to keep my tortillas in after making them, to keep them warm. So I'm really excited about that. And then I'm also going to just whip. All right, you guys, now that my meat is where I want it, look how seared that is. I'm gonna go ahead and add a half cup of water. Again, I'm using the leftover water from the chilies in hopes to keep like all that flavor in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this water in here. And what that's gonna do is just rehydrate the meat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and now add in the onions. And we'll cook these onions down a bit. Again, you guys do not talk about the way I cut my onions. I'm not a master chef. I'm just a mama that has to cook for a bunch of men, a bunch of boys. Let me turn this tortilla over. Ooh, hot. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and stir these onions in here, start cooking these onions down. You guys, I still have that chili water there because I am still going to be adding 2 cups of that water in here. Okay, really quick, you guys, I want to show you how I use this. Now this, again, it came from Pampered Chef. I do not sell Pampered Chef, but I did do, and I was a part of an online party, and I purchased this because I make tortillas all the time. Now this, you can actually just put some tortillas in it and throw it in the microwave for a few seconds, and it'll warm up your tortillas. me, I love making my tortillas on the grill. So I'm just going to actually put them in this bag after, and it'll keep them warm for me. How cool is that? You guys, I will put the link down below in the description to, the site to where I purchased those. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and pour the chiles into my meat now. Now, in her video, she did strain it to get rid of the pulp, but I'm gonna throw it in here. Along with, so what I'm gonna do is we need to also add two cups of water into it after. I'm going to add my 2 cups of water into this so I get the rest of the chilies out, and then pour it inside of here. And again, I'm going to be using the water back here that I boiled the chilies in. Again, just to keep with the flavor. I add 2 cups of water into the rest of the blender to get all the chili that was like stuck on the sides of the blender. We're gonna go ahead and pour that right into the pot. Okay, and at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and add my my meat cubes. Again, in the video, she uses chicken bouillon. I don't have it, so I know my flavor is gonna be a little different, but that's what I'm gonna add. And then I'm gonna add some oregano, Mexican oregano, and some peppers. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and make my father-in-law's plate. There we go. Trying to get like a good portion out. I probably could have cut my onions a little thinner, but that's all right. No biggie. No biggie. Everybody loves onions, right? We're actually gonna add even more onions on top of this, believe it or not. So we're gonna add some diced white onions. And then we're gonna squeeze some lime on. And, you know, in the video, ooh, that squirted everywhere. In the video, she did use cilantro, and I love cilantro, but I don't have any, which is crazy because I keep cilantro on. I keep cilantro on. You guys, it's getting late. I keep cilantro on hand all the time. Ooh, this one's not that juicy. There we go.
He has more coming up this week, so everything so far has been normal. But then he has
Okay, I want to show you guys up close.
And then they're gonna do a brain MRI too.
Let me add a instead of messing with this food. Here you go. Here y'all go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's already dripping. Let me get this over to him. So on the side of this, where's my here? On the side of this, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the vegetables. Again, this has some corn in it, some potatoes, some chiles, some red pepper. I doctored up just a tiny bit by putting some green onion and some butter with some salt in it. Okay, look at that plate. I'm gonna have to like close the end for him though, because otherwise it'll be everywhere on him. There's this plate, you guys. I'm super excited to try this again.